Thank you for taking a few minutes to learn more about the city's transportation infrastructure. More simply put, our roads. The purpose of this presentation is to provide you some basic information surrounding Arvada's transportation infrastructure, what it is, how we maintain it, current condition, and what it will cost to maintain our roads into the future. Our goal is to share some basic information about cities' roads. Additionally, we will share actual data regarding the current condition of city roads. The presentation also includes a discussion of the city's current annual investment in our roads and how much more would need to be invested to maintain and improve road conditions. We'll share what we've heard from our citizens and their recommendations regarding street maintenance, and the presentation will end with a summary of past street maintenance funding and potentially other options for funding our roads. Arvada has more than 1,500 lane miles of streets, which would cost an estimated $3 billion to replace. From a dollar perspective, transportation infrastructure is the city's most expensive asset. From other perspectives, its value is immeasurable. Housing, schools, medical care, commercial. Without it, a city could not function. In 2012, being vigilant stewards of this valuable asset, the city hired an external engineering firm to analyze the condition of Arvada's roads. The resulting Pavement Condition Index, or PCI, reflected the condition of each road on a scale of 0 to 100. 0 defined as a failed road, and 100 as a road in good condition. The Pavement Condition Analysis, originally created and used by the Army Corps of Engineers, uses the PCI to rate the current condition of roads. The 2012 report rated only 62% of the city streets a score of fair or above, and 38% as poor or below. As a result of the 2012 study, Council dedicated an additional $2 million in annual funding to street maintenance. Between 2012 and 2015, the city continued this increased annual investment, approximately $6 million per year. In 2015, the city had the road conditions assessed again. And, despite the additional funding that had been put into street maintenance, the report showed no improvement in overall PCI over 2012, and in fact showed a larger percentage of Arvada's roads had moved into the critical range. Bottom line, the additional $2 million investment was not enough. This chart is taken from the 2015 Pavement Condition Index report. It shows the city's lane miles broken out by PCI rating. Again, even after the additional investment, almost 40% remain in poor or worse condition. So why no improvement in PCI with an additional $2 million a year? Maintaining a $3 billion asset is expensive. Again, the city has more than 1,500 lane miles of road and our roads are aging. To understand the cost of street maintenance, we will share the common strategies and associated costs of street maintenance. There are many preventative road maintenance processes that ensure longer road life. Some techniques look better than others, but every technique has proven benefits to the life of our roads. Let's talk about the 5 key maintenance strategies. Number 1, crack sealing, $5,450 per lane mile, 3 to 5 year life expectancy. A short-term, cost-effective way to maintain the life of pavement by sealing cracks from water intrusion and other factors. Number 2, seal coating, $17,424 per lane mile, 3 to 5 year life expectancy. A short-term, cost-effective way to prolong the life of pavement, protecting asphalt from ultraviolet rays and water and slowing oxidation. Number 3, chip seal, $18,480 per lane mile, 8 to 10 year life expectancy. A long-term way to maintain the life of pavement by applying emulsified asphalt. Number 4, asphalt mill and overlay, $66,528 per lane mile, 15 to 20 year life expectancy. A long-term, costly repair providing a new, smooth driving surface involving grinding off 1 to 3 inches of existing surface and overlaying new asphalt. Number 5, complete reconstruction of subbase and asphalt, $286,000 per lane mile, 20 to 25 year life expectancy. Obviously, this is the most expensive option and one we need to avoid. Responsibly maintaining our roads prevents the need to reconstruct and prolongs the life of this very important asset. After learning about the street maintenance strategies and costs, this graphic speaks to why it is to the city's financial advantage to invest in maintaining our roads earlier in their life cycle. In this graph, the y-axis reflects the road condition and the x-axis reflects the age of the road in years. As you can see, most roads are in good and satisfactory condition for the first 10 years and start to deteriorate much faster after 10 years. When funds are invested early on and during the critical PCI range, the preventative nature of the investment is much more cost effective. Once the road falls into the poor condition or below, the cost for repairs go up significantly. For each dollar spent on renovation prior to the critical PCI point, the cost escalates to $8 to $10 if the renovation is delayed below the critical PCI point. It really is a matter of pay me now or pay me later. This is your asset. This is the citizens of Arvada's asset. This is what the citizens have told us. The 2015 Citizens Survey shows that street maintenance has become a greater priority every year beginning in 2011, reaching nearly 95% of the respondents calling it a top priority in 2015. The Citizens Capital Improvement Committee, which included 21 business and community leaders appointed by council in 2014, evaluated and prioritized key capital projects. As part of their unanimous report, the committee expressed that Arvada's transportation infrastructure is the city's largest and most valuable asset. Maintenance must be a priority. The committee recommended the city act quickly to identify additional resources for street maintenance. One suggestion was to increase Arvada's sales and use tax, with additional revenues devoted entirely to road maintenance and repair. Of the possible funding options, not only does the sales and use tax option allow Arvada citizens to vote directly on it, but also distributes the cost to everyone who lives, works, shops, and drives in Arvada. Everyone who uses Arvada's roads. With that in mind, staff recommended to City Council that the sales and use tax increase by 0.5%. This increase would equate to a half cent or a nickel on a $10 purchase. The increase would produce approximately $10.7 million beginning in 2017. Combining the $10.7 million with the current budget for the street maintenance, the annual investment would take the city's street maintenance budget to the $16 million allocation that is needed to ensure 70% of Arvada's roads are in the fair PCI range, a council strategic goal set in 2012. Granted, Arvada would move up the scale in sales and use tax rates when compared with other cities in the area. However, keep in mind, 0.46 of the city's current 3.46 sales and use tax rate goes entirely to public safety. So what could a vote bring? Over the next 8 years, the city could invest an additional $86 million in roads. How would the dollars be invested and what would be the priority project areas? To ensure an effective implementation of the additional street maintenance funds, the city would gradually increase the street maintenance budget over the first 4 years. While the city is ramping up the street maintenance funds, the city would direct approximately $23 million for relief of traffic congestion and completing sidewalk gaps. The early funding of traffic congestion projects would go to Ralston Road and 72nd Avenue. Some additional funds would be used to complete the highest priority sidewalk gaps. The remaining $63 million would be invested in street maintenance for arterials, neighborhoods, and related concrete projects. More specifically, $10 million would be directed to Ralston Road improvements between Yukon and Garrison Streets. As a reminder, Ralston Road was the top priority project recommended by the Citizens Capital Improvement Committee. Congestion relief of approximately $8 million would be invested in 72nd Avenue between Sim Street and Ward Road, and another $5 million would go to sidewalks and the investment in sidewalk connections in the highest priority areas. All of these improvements were on the recommendation of the CCIPC. The $63 million investment in street maintenance would be broken down approximately like this. $31 million to be spent on arterial and collector streets like Kipling Parkway and Pomona Drive. $18 million to be spent on neighborhood streets like Ames Street and Union, and $14 million to be spent on concrete like curb and gutter repair and handicap ramps. From an investment point of view, this shows how the funds would flow. The red depicts the capital investments, road congestion projects, and the blue depicts the street maintenance side of things. As you can see in the early years, during ramp-up, funds will be invested in congestion relief, and then over time the street maintenance investment ramps up. The ramp-up period not only ensures a successful rollout of the investment, but also allows the investment in congestion relief. On the right side of the chart, you will see the investment for the period from 2017 to 2024. Again, you see the breakout of the $23 million to congestion relief and the $63 million to street maintenance. The reduction in revenue from 2017 to 2018 is due to the anticipated slowdown in building activity. Total annual investment in street maintenance will grow to be $16 million by 2021 and then will increase with inflation. The existing street maintenance budget will not be redirected to other needs. The current $6 million budget for street maintenance, shown in green, would continue and actually inflate into the future. We are not proposing to take the current investment and spend it on something else. The next two slides reflect the proposed investment of these dollars. This is a map of the city. The red and pink lines reflect the proposed capital projects for traffic congestion. Another map of Arvada reflecting Arvada's roads pavement condition indexes by rating using colors. Note the significant amount of poor conditions in red. Not surprising, due to the age and utilization of the roads. The southeastern roads in Arvada include a significant amount of red, roads in poor and below condition. The city has even more detailed information on its website related to the city's infrastructure. To take a deeper dive into the information, please go to arvada.org.betterroadsarvada. The website includes a video describing the Pavement Condition Index assessment process.